think as an actor, I don't know, you like blend into different parts and different worlds, but it's almost self-defeating in a way, because the more known you are, the more of an entity you are, and the less you seamlessly fit into their world.
Yeah.
So you bring the weight of whatever your position in your world is into their film, and it kind of throws it off somehow. If I become successful enough to work with other people I want to work with, I'll start wrecking their movies.
Well, not necessarily. Have you had a chance to sort of sit back and go, okay, where am I? What am I doing? How am I going? I mean, it seems like the last couple of years for you, maybe just my sense of not knowing you at all, there's a sense of sort of owning this as a career in a way that maybe you didn't before.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first year out of college, even the first like 2 years, I was making things and auditioning and doing stuff, but I was also I was applying to graduate school. I didn't know, I didn't really think it was possible to just like keep doing what I was doing and sort of etch out an existence. I think I meant to say eke out an existence. Etch out is not the right. Last night was daylight savings. I missed an hour.
I like the idea of etch-a-sketching an existence.
Etch out an existence. It still feels like jumping from like thing to thing. It doesn't yet feel like there's a road.
Okay.
It still feels, or I guess a better metaphor is like rock climbing, where you feel like you're always sort of like looking for your next hold. At the very beginning, when I was making films, I had this very palpable sense of potential failure was very close to the surface of like, you know, it was risky. All of it was risky. I think in Hannah, I was playing like a really narcissistic girl who kind of goes through these guys and is naked a lot. It felt like this could be just a horrible mistake in my life. But that feeling of not knowing how things are going to turn out or be received, or even if you're good at it at all, is kind of exciting and addicting in a way.
Could you do that for the rest of your career, that sense of just tightrope walking the entire time?
I think Philip Roth said this, like the book you're writing now has nothing to do with the book you wrote before. It doesn't matter how many novels you've written. You've never written this novel. So you don't know how to do it because you've never done it.
Well, I feel that way as a writer too.
Every
time I sit down, I just feel like
I don't know what I'm doing.
I have no idea what I'm doing. And I sort of aspire to not feeling that way, and yet I'm sort of scared of feeling that way too.
Right, I know. Well, I mean, I think one of the things about like acting teachers is that I think there's so much uncertainty in acting, like, because, I mean, in all arts, but I think sometimes they give you like a method that they say, this works, and it makes you feel like you have ground underneath you. But the thing that makes it an art is that there's not a ground underneath you, that you have that terror of a blank page that's equivalent to a writer or a painter, of that like, I don't know what to do. But then, you know, you do have like a skill set that's built into you, but that terror is the reason why it's something creative and not something that's, you know, paint by numbers. I do like movie stars. I mean, as being movie stars, like Jimmy Stewart was Jimmy Stewart, you know, Gregory Peck was Gregory Peck, like Audrey Hepburn was Audrey Hepburn. I mean, they were actors, but they also had that weight, but there was no shame in having that weight and that presence of just like, I'm Paul Newman. People now are trying to deny that somehow, and it seems so inherent to what movies are.
Right. Yeah, I think there's that conflict now about are you supposed to be Marlon Brando, or are you supposed to be Cary Grant? Are you supposed to be somebody who's investing and disappearing into a role? Or are you somebody who's supposed to just take yourself into it?
Right. I know. I don't know. I feel like the truth is I talk about things like this, and it's just not, you know, that kind of, whenever I express in conversations like a duality or like an either or situation, it's not how anyone experiences their lives. So it's not like someone sitting around and like, should I be Marlon Brando or should I be Cary Grant? Gosh, I don't know. I think that's just not how it happens. I think it's sort of like a evolving thing with the culture and everything. So